evening, everyone. How are we doing? Yeah, it's good to see so many people accepted the Facebook invitation to be here tonight. It's also good that more than 10% of those people actually showed up. Facebook. Where yes means maybe, maybe means no, and no means I want to stab you in the face. And if they don't respond at all, it means they're currently knuckles deep in your mother. Speaking of Facebook and stabbings, there was a fake news story doing the rounds a little while ago about how Justin Bieber was receiving end of a knife attack from a deranged fan. And someone on my newsfeed chose to put the record straight saying, "Don't worry everyone, don't listen to it everyone, this story is fake. But it's a shame because I really want you to see the little prick get what he deserved." Since when was making music that not everyone liked grounds for getting shanked? And if it was, what would that mean for you and your shitty little band? All 4 members of local death metal band Cerberus Syndrome have been found murdered this afternoon in what crime scene investigators are calling an aggravated cheese grater incident. While I'm losing friends and alienating people, how does everyone here feel about Twilight? Love it. That's a lie and you know it. Go Team Jacob was that. He's a rapey werewolf apparently. No, but seriously, I went to a friend's place and I watched a couple of the films because she was a big fan, and I decided that they were okay films. Now, I told my friends this and they immediately demanded that I hand in my man card. You have to hate this right now, all the time. But why? Because reasons. Apparently the only reason for not puking out of your arse with rage at the mere mention of the franchise is if you're currently in possession of an unbroken hymen. Luckily my girlfriend and I never disagreed over anything quite so trivial. Although we did have an argument in a restaurant recently and she stormed out. And apparently it's something of a faux pas to stay and finish your food after she's done so. It's really poor form to stay there and finish her food as well. Order dessert. Slip the waitress your phone number. Got any racists in the audience?
Yes!
So, who do you hate?
Everyone!
Everyone!
That's a misanthrope. Except white people!
I have to admit, I have a bit of an issue with other black people, but probably not for the reason you're imagining.
Why?
Well, the black people I don't like are the ones that assume that we have to be friends just because we're both black. There's nothing worse when I'm trying to go about my business right here. Where are you from? I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Abuja. I am your brother. No. My brother is working in a hospital in Australia. You are some freak working the checkout at Asda. Don't get me wrong, I'll make friends with anyone from any background. But, you know, ask me what bands I'm into or come onto my hilarious sci-fi t-shirt. I just think a friendship should be based more on the fact that we look like we might come from the same continent, maybe. So a few years ago, I was queuing up to get into a nightclub, and the bouncer says to me, "Does your mother know you're out? Does your mother know you're gay?" No, I didn't say that, obviously. "Does your mother know you're out?" "Yes, she does. And so does yours." I went home fairly early that night, understandably. But Well, it's not much of a big deal, actually, if the favourite part of any given night out is the takeaway you get on the way home. Also found if you leave early enough, you can get one at both ends of the night bus journey, which is how I created my patent-pending sweet and sour southern fried pizza kebab. Running out of time here. But, on another night out, actually, I was standing outside of a pub talking to a friend of a friend, and he asked me if I was a friend of Dorothy. Now, this can cause some unfortunate implications if, one, you're not up to date with the most recent idioms of the virtual community, and two, if your mother's name is actually Dorothy. So I start going on about how Dorothy and I go back for years, how she made me the man I am today. Don't worry, I picked up my mistake fairly quickly afterwards. Unfortunately, we're about 2/3 of the way through the butt sex at that point, and to bring it up then might have made things a bit awkward. I believe that's my time now, so I will put down this microphone and wish you all the very best of the evening.